In Gabon, the commander-in-chief of the national police has unveiled his vision, but above all, his strategy to secure the capital during the summer holiday period, as the country is preparing for the festivities marking the celebration of the independence of Gabon. Between 1st January and 7th August 2019, a total of 2,927 confirmed cases of measles, including one death, have been reported in 14 countries and territories of the region of the Americas, such as in Brazil's largest city, Sao Paulo, with 967 reported cases. Upon his arrival, protests were held against United States President Donald Trump as he visited El Paso, Texas, on Wednesday, where a recent mass shooting causing the death of many people stunned the entire city. That's all for our top stories today. Stay tuned for more details in this newscast. Holiday security. Securing the city around events related to the festivities marking the commemoration of the independence of Gabon and the commissioning of the vest for the enforcement agents. These are 3 points that require the National Police Chief Command to come out and sensitize the population on the way to go. In this so-called holiday season, it is necessary to be more vigilant to maximize security around certain neighborhoods and drinking places to ensure the food security of the population. For the success of their operation, the police will make good use of new technologies in order to get closer to the populations and make sure everyone feels safe. Since the beginning of this operation called Secu-Vacances 2019, which stands for Holiday Security 2019, out of 251 people questioned, 200 appear to be Gabonese, questioned on the grounds of lack of a national identity card and whose education level does not exceed the first cycle of higher education and who reside in neighborhoods of the Gabonese capital. 43 people were arrested for lack of resident cards, others for use of drug. In terms of traffic, several vehicles were halted for lack of insurance, driver's license, registration, and for other various offenses. Since the World Health Organization epidemiological on measles published on 1st June 2018, there has been a 70% increase in the total number of confirmed cases of measles reported, with 7 countries and territories additional confirmed cases, such as in Brazil, where the number of confirmed cases in the country's largest city, Sao Paulo's measles outbreak, reached 967 as of July 31st, according to the local health authorities. Health authorities released the latest report of measles on Tuesday, showing that there are still 2,658 suspected cases. Although measles cases have been reported across the country, Sao Paulo is the worst affected. To prevent the spread of the disease, local government authorities have been encouraging people to get vaccinated as soon as possible. In 2016, the World Health Organization declared Brazil measles-free, but it reappeared in 2017. Cars in the Park, one of the biggest and most fun events on the Pretoria Old Motor Club calendar in South Africa, was in its 40th edition on Sunday, attracting lots of enthusiasts from all over the country. Plenty of petrol heads flocked into the annual festival to feast their eyes.
We give an opportunity each and everybody to display his vehicle. Currently we got 120 clubs that participate. We attract people from all over South Africa, even from Botswana. At this point in time, I think we got already about 2,500 cars on the track, and the number of spectators and exhibitors in total about 12,000.
Vintage models ranged from the oldest and rarest in the world to immaculate restored classics.
This is a 1903 Peugeot, and it is one of the very early cars that were designed and built. The French were exceptionally good mechanics and engineers, so it is a rather special car.
It's a 1961 Roadster. What makes it so special is we were fortunate enough to get people on board from Germany that helped us in the process of restoring the car to the book. Every single nut and bolt is cadmium plated, the correct color that it needed to be. It's restored just like it rolled off the factory in 1962.
With more than 2,500 classics on display, car lovers had a chance to dream.
Very, very impressed, I must say. Cars are very beautiful. Everything, I just like everything about the show.
The crowd and the vibe and the quality of cars that are here. You know, what you see here is amazing.
And two-wheel enthusiasts also had a chance to marvel at vintage motorcycles.
We've got an Indian, it's a V-twin engine, a 1911 Precision, which is the oldest motorbike on the stand. And it happens to be one of the most sought after bikes as well. It's a very scarce bike.
Protests were held against United States President Donald Trump as he visited El Paso, Texas on Wednesday, where a recent mass shooting stunned the city. Having witnessed one of the worst mass shootings in the United States history, many El Paso residents made their feelings clear about President Trump's visit. Many say Trump is partly responsible for the atrocity by suggesting that his rhetoric on race and immigration is to blame for the mass shooting in El Paso.
There have been words that have been powerful and painful and full of hate and full of bigotry and full of racism, and those words are still out there.
Emotions are running high following the attack. To several protesters from this predominantly Hispanic community said emotions are running high following the attack. According to many protesters from this predominantly Hispanic community, Trump is simply not welcome.
We are not welcoming this president. He's not welcome because he's part of the problem. His rhetoric and his hate had created what we saw that Saturday.
He may say he is coming to show respect, but the words that he uses are not respectful words, said another protester. There were similar scenes of protest in Dayton, Ohio, where the scene of the past weekend's second mass shooting happened. If nothing else, Trump has now seen the aura of the weekend's attack for himself. To visit thousands of kilometers apart, both communities still in deep mourning, but also angry and demanding action.
A landmark event for dispute resolution as 46 United Nations members signed an international treaty on commercial mediation. To be known as the Singapore Convention on Mediation, it aims to boost international trade and give businesses greater certainty by helping parties resolve cross-border disputes through the process of mediation. This means that a neutral party can help the two sides reach an agreement in a less confrontational manner, instead of long-drawn and expensive legal battles. During his formal address, Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong called it a breakthrough which will benefit businesses, providing them with greater flexibility and efficiency.
The Singapore Convention on Mediation is the missing third piece in the international dispute resolution enforcement framework. Businesses will benefit from greater flexibility, efficiency, and lower costs, while states can enhance access to justice by facilitating the enforcement of mediated agreements.
The United Nations representative Stephen Matthias termed the treaty as innovative, adding that it will ensure the global acceptance of mediation as a dispute settlement mechanism.
Uncertainty surrounding the enforcement of settlement agreements had been identified as a main obstacle to the greater use of mediation. The Convention sets the standards for enforcing and invoking settlement agreements, the requirements for reliance on settlement agreements, and the grounds for refusing to grant relief.
You know, I am very optimistic about the future of mediation. I think it's tremendously impressive that we had so many signatories to the convention on its opening day. This augurs well for the future of that enactment and also general support for the concept of mediated settlement agreements.
Dispute resolution experts echoed Matthias' sentiments, saying that the convention will promote the use of mediation, especially in Asian countries, where it has existed as a means of settlement method for centuries.
In Gabon, the commander-in-chief of the national police has unveiled his vision, but above all, his strategy to secure the capital during the summer holiday period, as the country is preparing for the festivities marking the celebration of the independence of Gabon. Between 1st January and 7th August 2019, a total of 2,927 confirmed cases of measles, including one death, have been reported in 14 countries and territories of the region of the Americas, such as in Brazil's largest city, Sao Paulo, with 967 reported cases. Upon his arrival, protests were held against United States President Donald Trump as he visited El Paso, Texas, on Wednesday, where a recent mass shooting causing the death of many people stunned the entire city. That's the end of our newscast of the day, but keep watching Gabon 24 for further news.